Hi YouTube. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jenner. I am an aspiring professional day trader, and in fact, not just inspiring, I do freaking make money at this, but not often enough to live off it. I spent the last 6 years day trading every day as much as I can just so I can further my skill, and when I'm not doing that, I'm studying about it, trying to learn everything I can about it. I'm in the process of studying for the SIE exam, which is a required part of becoming a professional at any financial institution. Even to sell insurance, you have to do this. I wanted to tell a little bit about myself, where I came from and what my background is and what my history is. For the last 15 or so years, I've been doing construction. I got into the Carpenters Union after that, but I need to go back a little further and tell you guys where I came from and what statistics say I should be and where I should be at right now. I was in the foster care system for about 4 years. Now, the statistic says anyone in foster care, 75% of them become homeless. The people I was with in the foster care system, now, they were great people. A lot of people have a really bad time in foster care system for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe the foster parents were bad. Maybe the kids were bad and didn't like how they were being disciplined. I don't know. I can't tell you. I, for one, was blessed to get along with them. Great. Thumbs up. Oh, you want to know what happened to my thumb? I was cutting drywall at work and damn near almost cut the thing off. Actually, this is not a real thumb anymore. I actually was tired of getting put on light duty for having a hurt thumb, so I actually took the thing off. Just kidding. It's still there, but it'll be a few more weeks. That happened 2 days ago. Maybe I can put a screenshot of the accident of what happened. So, okay, I was in the foster care system. But before that, oh yeah, foster care system 4 years. Before that, I grew up with a mom, and before that, the dad was there too. Dad got arrested and eventually ended up deported, thanks to a law that Bill Clinton, a Democratic president, put in place. Now, I guess it wasn't a bad law because the Democratic President Bill Clinton put in a law that said any immigrant that was found guilty of committing a felony was to be deported. Now, my dad had done something 20 years prior, but anyways, another video, another time, different place. Who cares, right? So, I lived with my mom before I was in foster care, before I got taken away at the age of 10 and a half or 9. I was turning 10. I was about to turn 10 when I got took. Anyways, the house that I grew up in with my mom, because we lived in an apartment first and then we moved into the house behind my grandparents' house where we got like super discount rent. But still, we had to eat free food from the church every day, which was really freaking horrible. I survived. One of my main meals was top ramen noodles. Every day. My dad, when I was really small, he made these like jailhouse spread concoctions with top ramen noodles and stuff. Like you put the tuna fish and the top ramen noodles with like carrots and peas and stuff like that. It was good. But my dad made that once or twice when I was like really young. So it was free food from the church every day and free food from a place called the Samaritan House where they donate food to like less fortunate people. My mom was on welfare her whole life from when she was, I don't know, 28, 30 or something like that, all the way up until present day, and she's almost 80. So you can imagine growing up in a house where the parents are well fellers, I didn't learn this, that, or the other thing that any successful person should have been taught by any family of means, right? So that was my childhood, and we were so poor, and we grew up where there was a bunch of little gangbangers running around and stuff like that. Like we lived like it was the ghetto at one point. It's now gentrified to the point where it's not really, but back when my dad was small, he said it was one of the most dangerous cities, San Mateo. Um, but that was way long ago. It's so gentrified now that if you go there, you'll think I'm straight up full of shit, right? Um, well, anyways, that was as a little child, right? One of my best friends from back then that lived across the fence from us, I think he ended up becoming like a gangbanger himself. So I don't know. Maybe it was a good thing that I got taken to foster care. So, anyways, the fact that I grew up so poor and less fortunate and stuff says that I myself should have ended up being extremely poor and less fortunate and on the streets and homeless and whatever you want, right? Because that's who I was raised by, right? Okay, now let's fast forward a bit. Let's go back to after I graduated high school. Now, after high school, no, it was while I was in high school I actually got into the drugs. So I was I I got scared into, well, no, it wasn't even that did that. It was just out of pure curiosity, and the drugs led into me trying to do this, that, or the other thing, and it was like I became a heavy drug user for a long time, and 75% of people that do hard drugs like what I was doing never quit. 75% never quit, and when you're a drug addict, the only options are homelessness. After a while, okay, people who get into drugs at a later age can be functioning and survive in normal society for, I'd say, that last 8 to 10 years at the most before. Why? Because they take up time. It's like, okay, I don't have any vices right now, and just for me to do all the stuff so that I can get to bed at a reasonable time and wake up in time for work, I still only get 7 hours of sleep a night, and I get, okay, YouTube is my vice. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So that statistic right there, the fact that I was a drug addict in and out of jail every other weekend, just about every other weekend. I can't tell you how much bad shit is on my record. That right there says that I should still be addicted to and actively using drugs and homeless and running around on the streets and sleeping on concrete and all the bad shit that goes along with freaking those icky guys you see that smell like urine and all. I never got that bad. I actually kept up my appearance and all that. You probably wouldn't have known, though I was sleeping on concrete and stuff. I just had the habit of trying to keep my clothes nice and clean, and yeah, I'd be hanging out in front of the liquor store like most days, but I don't know if you'd ever would have known because I just had my ways, you know? So that right there says that I should have continued to be homeless and on and off of drugs and destroyed for the rest of my life, right? Hey, dude, it's been, I don't know, 12, 13 years since I've touched a hard drug, and let me see. I started with drugs when I was like 16 all the way until I was 26. So that's 9 years right there. 9 years, and it wasn't just weed. Okay, it was bad stuff. Crystal meth was one of them. Yeah, 5 years on crystal meth. That was just crystal meth. That's not counting all the other stuff. I think I'm damn near recovered mentally, but I don't know if the brain ever recovers fully, right? Okay, that's one. The other one was boxing. I was involved in boxing for a long time. Now, I had two stints with boxing. One was after high school. It went along with the drug use too. Like I went high on weed. Like okay, while I was doing the boxing, I wasn't necessarily doing hard drugs, but like I was smoking a lot of weed too, though. But like I did that for 3 years. You know, sparring and stuff. Oh my God, they hit me so hard. There was one guy over there that each time he hit me, he went like this, boom, and my head rang for like 3 seconds each time because I would spar every Friday, every chance I'd get, because I just wanted to be the best in the world, and so I think I really took on a lot of brain damage because like I was one of the ones that wanted to go and spar because I had no idea that I needed the one-on-one personal freaking one-on-one training sessions with the boxing coach, because you need that, because you got to know how to protect yourself first and dodge out of the way before you ever step in the ring, because otherwise what you are is a punch dummy. And after years and years of doing that, twice I did that. 3 years over in San Mateo at a boxing gym, and then like 2 years, 2.5 maybe even, over here at a gym in Redwood City that happened to move locations a couple times. And you know what actually made me stop boxing was okay, I would have never known had it not been for the fact that I was taking a economics class in college. Let me see, how old was I? Like 27, 28 when I was taking that class. I did 2 economics classes, macro and then micro, right? I thought it'd help me become a better trader. So, oh yeah, because I was sparring 3 times a week during this time at one point, right? After I got all back in shape and everything, right? So I was reading my text, my homework text reading book. And so I was noticing that it was getting really freaking hard to pay attention and make sense of the sentences that I was reading. And I paused, you know, when I first opened my book one day, and I was just like, I was reading like, for example, I'm reading the words off my water bottle right now. For water quality and information, and then I'd be like, wait, what the fuck did I just read? And then I'd read it again. For water quality and I'd be like, what the fuck? Shit isn't making sense to me, right? So yeah, there you go. Severe brain trauma from getting hit in the head a whole bunch. I ended up taking a bunch of supplements to try to repair what I could. So that right there. Oh, and plus you got to keep working out, right? Because blood flow equals body repair. So that was another thing that says I should be severely backtracked, right? It's probably why it's taken me 10 years to become profitable at trading. So there we go. Let's count the things that says that I should be a sad pile of slop, sleeping in front of the corner store on whatever nights the cops don't bother me, right? All the things that say I should be there are: 1, being brought up with an extremely poor family. Oh, look at this. My mom, right? Before I label the things, she went to UC Berkeley, right? And I don't know what the hell caused her to want to be a welfarer. Okay, well, I guess that's the word. It sounds kind of weird to me. I blame it on the fact that she's a Democrat. I don't know what else to say, right? It's like, you got to work for what you get for, but I guess if you're okay with getting benefits, and then you don't teach your children anything about how to be rich and save money and all the things you're supposed to do, and how hard it is you got to work to keep the damn job because everybody else is trying to take your job, right? So it's like, Like no one's over there teaching me that, because that's not where I came from, right? It's like I learned these things later in life when I should have learned them before I even started working, right? Who the Come on, man. All right, so okay, so she went from taking classes at UC Berkeley to collecting welfare. Who knows what she was thinking at the time? Who knows what she's thought about between then and now? Who knows what she's forgotten between then and now about what she was thinking? I don't know. But still, you gotta take care of your mom, and you gotta love your mom. I'm gonna buy her a car one day. I'm gonna buy her a car, and it's gonna be from Trading Winds, because you gotta love your mom regardless. Okay, because otherwise you're gonna feel bad when they're gone. Like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? You're gonna feel that. Okay. Okay. So all the factors that say I should be a pile of slop in front of the street corners are: I grew up in an extremely poor family. I was a, oh, did I mention I was in special education from first grade all the way up until I finished high school? Not because I'm mentally retarded or have behavior difficulty or anything like that. It's just that I missed too much of first grade. Um, so rather than putting me behind 1 year, my mom opted to have me put into special ed. Okay, so I mean, it wasn't bad. We went on a lot of field trips. Too many field trips, if you ask me, because it's like all that time we could have spent catching me up to where I should have been was spent going on fun adventures to like playpens at in San Francisco, instead of freaking catching me up on the math and stuff, right? So it's not like I'm a complete idiot. It's just I was never fast enough to catch up to where I needed to be. I was halfway back into regular education by the time I graduated high school. Like, half of my classes were regular, half of my classes were special. But still, that special ed thing says I should be collecting government assistance, food, whatever, food stamps, cash aid, whatever, welfare, social security, all that stuff for the rest of my life, right? Okay, so let's count all the factors that say I should be a pile of mush sitting in front of the freaking corner store, sleeping every night there. Special ed student, one, because that was from first grade all the way up to maybe it was second grade, all the way up to finishing high school. Two, foster child. 75% of foster children end up homeless. Three, drug addict. 75% of people that do hard drugs never quit and either end up dead or in prison. It's only like a small fraction, like 5%, that end up not going to prison. Of the I don't know how to round up the numbers or put them into like a understandable word phrase, but you get what I'm saying. Once you do drugs, it's kind of like no turning back for most people, because that shit is hard to get off of. Trust me. So we got poor family, special ed, drug addict, foster child. Did I say that? 75% of foster children end up homeless. And probably 50% for the rest of their lives. Right? Oh, don't mind the crazy beard. I'm gonna cut it at some point. I'm gonna cut it at some point. Don't worry. I'm gonna be looking real clean after I achieve my the thing that I wanted to do of putting a single braid right here. I'm gonna braid it up and put one single braid. See? That's all I'm doing that for. This isn't permanent, trust me. Okay, so that's 4 things. I think I'm missing something. I might pause it and ponder that for a little bit. I have at least 4 factors that say I should have never succeeded to do anything. But I did good because I ended up getting myself into the Carpenters Union. I'm now a journeyman carpenter. in the Union, in the Bay Area. This is the highest paying place in the country. Right now, the journeyman wage, even though I haven't worked union in 3 years, I mean, don't tell me, I mean, don't ask me why, because I don't know why, but so the journeyman wage right now is $67 per hour, and it goes up another few bucks in July, which is in like 2 months from now. So that's how I got my first starting capital to actually start trading, where I traded my own money in 2020. I doubled my money in about a year. I doubled my money because it was the bull run of 2020, right? I saw the dip and I was like, oh, now's my perfect time to get into the market. Because I had an aunt that always talked to me about investing. So I doubled my money in about a year, but then I learned about stock options, and in about a year and a half, I blew the whole account. Like I kept it going up and down for a little while, but within a year and a half, I blew the whole account. So that was the first 3 years of trading, or maybe it was even 2.5. Then I got into prop firms because I didn't have any of my own money left to trade. So I've been doing prop firms every day without missing a day. And hopefully I don't blow another account, because blowing accounts is expensive. And I don't have the time. And you don't have the time either to be blowing accounts. So don't think you can just blow account and reset, because once it becomes a habit of resetting and resetting and resetting, you put yourself into debt fast, because that's what happened to me. I owe $55,000 in credit card debt. You know, you think, oh, it's just $200. I'll get a $2,000 payout. And then it's a year later and you didn't get a payout because you were brand new to prop firms and you didn't realize how dangerous it was. Because, you know, guilty. That's what happened to me. Anyways, that's trading. That's life. That's me. That's where I came from. The statistics say I should be a pile of shit that sleeps outside on the concrete every day and every night. But look at me. I'm driving a $100,000 van. Woo! And I haven't made a dime off YouTube yet, but that's okay. Please subscribe, please.